it's Nisi Dixon. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, y'all, welcome back. And the reason why I said wow is because I could have swore my intro was like a whole minute and a couple seconds. I was going to try to give y'all a minute to get on in here, okay? Hey, Julia, I see you. Hey, Fave, shout out to you. Thank y'all for joining a last minute live. Hey, Bianca. Hey, Ajoy. Y'all know I don't go live too often, but when I do, it's usually unplanned and last minute. So thank y'all for having your notification bells turned on. Hey, Victoria. Ooh, the drink emoji. What y'all drinking? And y'all comment and let me know if y'all had y'all's notifications turned on, because I want to know if the notification thing is actually working. Shout out to y'all for making a live, okay? And then shout out to the playback. Hey, Kimberly. Yeah, last night was a mess. So it's very fitting that we go live. Hey, Authentically Young. Hey, y'all. Y'all, another reason why I felt like going live, it is super rainy and ugly in Dallas. And I was like, you know what? I just feel like talking to y'all. Let's just talk about the episode. It was actually a really good episode. Hey, Farrah. And, you know, I can go on, sit on the couch in this nasty, drowsy weather and watch The Chi. Y'all let me know if y'all are going to be watching that. Okay, y'all were notified. Good. And y'all, guess what? It's another video and I have graphics for y'all, okay? Shout out to Jay Lee. Jay Lee really put me on adding graphics to majority of my videos. My notifications only work when I'm already on YouTube. Yeah, that's how it is. Hey, Carolyn. Y'all, I'm excited to talk to y'all tonight. Last night's episode was a mess. I was really excited. Next week is going to be even crazier because we meet the ladies' exes. Okay? Hey, Kishwar. Houston been raining all day. Yes. And Victoria, I know you in Dallas like me. It's been rain this entire week. And I'm just like, when will it stop? Another thing, y'all, I know some of y'all who want to see like other types of content have been interested about my bridal vlogs and stuff like that. Tomorrow, I'm having my bridesmaid brunch and I'm about to vlog that. So I'll have some content for y'all, like real life stuff. Y'all can see it with my friends. Y'all can see my sisters. And if y'all haven't seen my sisters, I actually have a video. I went live with my sisters to talk about Married at First Sight. So if you go check my lives or check my Married at First Sight playlist, you'll see the video of me and my sisters. So once I vlog tomorrow, y'all will get to meet my sisters, my friends, and see where we're going in Dallas. All right, y'all. We got 18 of y'all in here. I don't know how many of y'all we gonna get since this live was last minute, but I think we good to go ahead and jump on in. But before we do, let me go ahead and take another sip of wine. My goodness. I am feeling so lazy today, but so excited to talk to y'all. All right, y'all. So tonight we are going to review Ready to Love Season 4, Episode 7, The Friend Zone. This episode, Tommy tasked the men with introducing the women to their friends. Ooh, hey, Harold, I see you in the comments. Howdy do. Okay. Tommy has tasked the men to introduce the women to their friends. Now, naturally, y'all know KG/Chris was nervous. He had PTSD because that's exactly what sent him home. He got sent home last season whenever he met Naya's friend. Naya, y'all, I wish I would have been reviewing last season of Ready to Love because she was trifling AF. Personally, y'all, to me, I think she was a little bit too seasoned to be trying to catch a man to pay all her bills like that. I mean, if you got it good, if you can get it good, but I think you're a little bit too seasoned to expect this radio host dude to be paying all your bills. I'm like, girl, come on. So yes, I understand Chris's PTSD. So y'all, the very first date we get is Joel and his baby. We get Joel and Verneashia. And he's introducing Verneashia to 3 of his friends. It's a lady named Shay, a dude named Bongo, and then another dude with all golds. And I was like, okay, this is funny. Joel, this is New Orleans is AF. This feels like some New Orleans stuff. His friend had all gold in his mouth. It was funny. But either way it goes, his friend Shay seemed like she would be the most, suspicious or the most questioning person. Hey, Fedora. Hey, y'all, as y'all entered the chat. Eric Simone. So Verneashia shows up. And as soon as she sits down, they start asking her, this is a different type of process. Like, what's going on? And basically, Verneashia, right off the bat, she says, my focus is on one person. Like, I know Joel is friendly. And Shay's like, yeah, girl, ain't he friendly? Ain't he friendly? And Verneashia, I've been saying this in every single review, y'all. Verneashia, that's not the purpose of the show, okay? This is reminding me of Alexis from last season. Do not show up on this show called Ready to Love. Settle with one person and just, expect that to be end all be all. I don't see that as being beneficial for you. If you were going to do that, you should have signed up for Married at First Sight, not Ready to Love. So she says she's territorial. He's friendly. And while Shay is sitting there kikiing with Verneashia, she's also side-eyeing the F out of her like, okay, she a little bit territorial. So then she further expresses like she wants to get married. I want to be the first couple out of this whole franchise to get married. I'm here to get married. And she kind of did come off a little strong. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, because as far as I know, I don't think we've seen Verneashia and Joel discuss marriage on camera. Now, y'all know this is one of those shows where they talk off camera, they live their real lives. So maybe they have talked about it. But Joel, I just really got the vibe that maybe he feels like she's smothering. And I feel like he ended up saying that. So Shay asked him, do you even want to get married again after, your last wife? Everybody knows, if you've been watching the show, Joel's last wife passed away from cancer. So I think it's been like a year or two since she passed away. He's expressed that he's open for love. However, he also said that he didn't want to go crashing into a wall. He's not wrong for that, y'all. Joel has been one of the most level-headed people on this show until he pulled the stunt at the end, y'all. But I will say, for the most part, Joel has been one of the most level-headed people on the show. So, anyway, Verneashia ends up leaving. Joel has a conversation with Shay, Bongo, and his other friend. We don't really hear too much from the dudes. Really, all the feedback that we're hearing is from his friend Shay. Of course, y'all, the red flag I told y'all earlier, she thinks that she's territorial. And he kind of agrees and says that he feels like she could be smothering. So at this point, y'all, I am kind of weary of Joel, because I'm like, hey, P, what's up, y'all? I'm weary of Joel. I'm like, who else are you really connecting with, y'all? Then he pulled that stunt at the end of the episode, which I will address in further detail, where he says that his favorite, or if he had to choose somebody at that minute, he would choose Kyra. I'm like, really? You've been all up on this girl. Y'all been joking about marriage. Y'all remember at the masquerade ball when Jason came up to him and was like, invite me to the wedding. Y'all know they've been joking. They've been on each other this whole time. Now she's smothering. Okay. But on the other side, y'all, I can also see where I'm like, Verneashia, girl, you had chances to date other people on this show. So if, the eggs in the basket that you put them in don't work out, or all the eggs, go sour, whatever, y'all. I'm just making stuff up. But if Joel doesn't work out, you did it to yourself. You played yourself. And that's how I feel about it, y'all. So we will move on to the next couple, y'all. The next couple that we see meet up is KG and Amber. KG brings Amber down to his studio where she is meeting with two of his co-hosts for like a podcast. It's a guy and a girl. And when she walks in, y'all, I'm only going to talk about her outfit. Her outfit was fine. Okay, let me say that first. But I'm only going to talk about her outfit because she was showing body yaddy. And y'all know who else was showing body yaddy on their date was Chrisantheium. So I peeped that. Amber looked really cute though. So Amber walks in and they get right down to business. They seem way more laid back than the rest of the other friends on this episode. So one of the first questions that they end up asking is, do your friends does your family know about Chris? And she says no. And then, they play this dramatic dun 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 type music. And I'm like, should they really know? I mean, y'all, they're still on a dating show. So if y'all are watching live, all 32 of y'all, I want to know right now, should Amber be telling her friends and family about Chris at this point? To me, no, she shouldn't. So I was like, she's not wrong. And then in the confessional, we see where Chris says that he hasn't told any of his friends or family about Amber either. And the reason being is because you don't know how it's going to end up on the show, y'all. Just last episode, we saw Joel and Amber kiss on the cheek. So it's like, why would Chris and Amber, explain who they're talking to on this show? So I'm like, y'all are reaching. I see a couple of y'all are agreeing. No, I don't think they should have said anything. So the other thing is, they ask her, why did you want to come on the show? And she says, well, I really want a soulmate. Let me take a sip of my wine. Hold on. By the way, y'all, I'm drinking some Pinot from Aldi. I went and restocked at Aldi. The wine is amazing. So anyway, y'all, they asked Amber why she came on the show. She said that she came on the show to find a soulmate. What really struck me about that was that she used the word soulmate. Now, if y'all remember 2 episodes back, she had a conversation with Chris about what his end goal was and if that was marriage. He ends up saying ultimately he just wants to find his soulmate, and if marriage is what she wants, then fine. If not, it is what it is. And, a lot of people play that whole, well, marriage is just a piece of paper. And it's like, okay, well, if that's just a piece of paper, I heard somebody say this. Y'all tell me who I heard say this. I cannot remember. Somebody said, if marriage is just a piece of paper, give me the deed to your car. Give me your house. Give me that. Makes perfect sense, right? So I was like, okay, Chris, you sound like one of them F-boys. But I also get the vibe that Chris is extremely like Afrocentric. Let's just be life partners. And I also feel like Amber is kind of swayed into whatever vibe her and KG got going right now. I really was not expecting Amber a couple episodes ago to say that, she's okay with just finding a soulmate and she wasn't really too hung up on marriage. I thought she would say like, we need to be married. While a soulmate is nice, we need to be married. But she continued to keep that same energy when she was meeting the friends. She said she wanted a soulmate. So y'all tell me, since I have y'all live, I love this. Let me know, what type of girl do y'all think Amber is? Is Amber more of like a soulmate girl, or is she like a marriage girl? Do you think that she's being kind of influenced just because she knows that her and Chris get along? She wants it to work so well that now she's riding along with this soulmate thing. Y'all tell me. So ultimately, the verdict, that's what I have in my notes, y'all. It says that they think they're a perfect match. They think that they're a perfect match. They felt like the vibes were really natural. And y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I thought that the vibes were pretty natural too. Amber seems to be most like herself when she's with Chris. She also doesn't seem to be an overly emotional person, but I feel like she just appears to be a little bit more soft when she's with Chris versus whenever she's with the other guys. One of y'all says soulmate. Bianca, I'm with you. Amber is a little bit hard to read, but I kind of like that about her. I'm not going to lie. A lot of people say that about me. That's my personality type, y'all. I'm a Capricorn rising, Scorpio sun, Pisces moon. So y'all, with that Capricorn and Scorpio energy, I am extremely hard to read. So I'm like, I like that about her. Erica says she seems like a soulmate girl. Okay. Most of y'all are saying soulmate. Harold is saying marriage. Yeah. She is, okay, Lee, this is a good answer. I think she is whatever. She just wants somebody she can trust. That's fair. So yeah, ultimately the friends really like Amber, and y'all, I hope this is where Amber stays. I genuinely do not want her and Joel to be together. I thought that this was going to be the episode where we would see them on that body painting date. Y'all let me know if y'all saw that in the previews. I saw it in the this is the second week, or either last week I saw in the previews that they were going to be on a body painting date. So I really just want to get that out of the way, y'all. I am hoping that Amber and Chris stay together pretty much till the end. So I'm like, if Amber and Joelle are going to be all on top of each other on a body painting date, let's just go ahead and get it out the way, okay? Please, let's get it out the way, because I'm not here for that couple. I'm not. I mean, while they didn't seem to have a bad date last episode, I would much rather see Amber with KG. So y'all, let's go ahead and move on to the next couple. This was an interesting date, y'all. I was excited to see this one. We get to see Jason. We get to see soulful Liz. And we also see Kyra. Kyra looked so cute, y'all. She had her two-piece sweater outfit on with the cold elbow. She had her ones on. She looked so cute. Amber looked cute too, y'all. I'm saying Amber. Correction. Liz looked cute as well. She wasn't showing all that body like she usually does, but you know, Liz is thick, so it ain't no hiding it. And I thought this was going to be interesting, this trio date. What I loved was that they didn't tell the ladies that it was going to be a triple date. Jaylee, hey y'all, hey girl. Yeah, they didn't say that it was going to be a triple date. So they show up, they're golfing or putt-putting, whatever you want to call it. Every time, y'all, is it just me? But every time I see Liz and Jason being any bit of affectionate, I just get auntie and nephew vibes. I feel like I hate it, y'all. I said this on Twitter. I hope y'all follow me on Twitter. I felt bad for talking about Jason's baby teeth because he was crying in the men's lounge talking about, you know, it just felt good to have encouragement. But y'all, I can't help it. I can't help it. Jason has a baby face because he has baby sucking teeth, or not baby, thumb sucking teeth. He has that, you know, where it goes kind of out. And that's just why he has a baby face. It just is what it is. But I don't like seeing him and Liz together. It really makes me cringe. She stood there, come on, Jason, you gonna leave me hanging? Oh, stop. Liz, you cute on your own, but when you with Jason, you definitely giving me sister Liz, sister auntie Liz. So yes. Anyway, Kyra's whole energy just felt completely different than Liz's on this date. She was real chill. Even if you look at the friends who Jason introduced them to, he had a girl there and he had a guy there. They both had young energy as well. So it just the optics, you could tell that Kyra looked like a better match. It was weird. So anyway, after they play golf, you know, Liz and Kyra are both friendly to each other. They hug each other on the way in, and they start talking to the friends. So is there anything that you can tell me about Jason? Both of his friends, yes, Fedora. The way she said, come on, Jason, feel very mama-like. I feel you on that. So the way that his friends describe him, they say that he's like an upstanding guy. He perseveres through anything that he's going through, and that make him sound like a really great guy. One of the things that I want y'all to remember about Jason, do y'all remember in the introduction episode, he let us know that he was actually engaged and the girl who he proposed to ended up cheating on him. So I think Jason has a hard time, or I wouldn't say hard time, but Jason just feels really grateful to have two women vying for his attention. And he says that, which is why I think he was crying at the end of the episode. While all that might be true, I still stand by what I said in all my other reviews. I still think Jason is thirsty. That doesn't change anything. Anybody that's looking good, I still think that Jason is thirsty. It is what it is. So anyway, they ask the women a really good question. And when I say they, I mean Jason's friends. They ask Kyra and Liz, what are you wanting in a relationship? This is like a pageant show, y'all. I felt like Liz was giving me pageant girl energy, but we're going to start with Kyra. So Kyra answers the question and she says, you know, so often in the Black household, we see like Big Mama, or we see the woman running the household, and what she wants is a man to lead her. Keep in mind, y'all, Kyra is super successful in her 9 to 5. So I'm sure when she come home, she wants somebody to really just lead. while I feel like Jason could do that in a relationship, I don't know if Jason is the right person for either Liz or Kyra. Just because he seems thirsty, and literally that's the only reason why. Because otherwise, if he would have just chilled out and rode, or I just don't like how he can jump from one woman to another woman so fast and kind of fall deep. I'm like, just feel everybody out. So that's why I feel like he's thirsty. So Kyra answers the question. She wants a man to lead. They ask Liz the same question. Liz answers the question. She takes exactly what Kyra says, but she remixes it. And, you hear a little church choir in the background. You hear your sopranos and altos in the background. I want the man to lead spiritually. It's like, y'all, forgive me for laughing at Liz, but the whole time she was talking to his friends, I felt like it was a Jehovah's Witness at my front door. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I felt like it was somebody at my front door. Do you believe in the Lord Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? And while all that is, important to certain people's lifestyles, I feel like that was just a little bit stiff, like what they said in front of the friends. So once she ends up leaving, Liz decides to leave the date first. So she leaves the date, and Kyra ends up leaving as well. It seems like she has a more chill conversation after Liz leaves, and he wants to know what they think. So number one, they say that Kyra is obviously way more down to earth. Liz is stiff. His friend that was a girl said that she felt like she was taken to church. Absolutely. And that's that aging thing that I'm talking about. Liz should absolutely find an older man. Even though the age difference is only 4 years, I'm just like, girl, this ain't it. This ain't for you, okay, at all. So ultimately, his friends like Kyra. That's when he decides, like, you know what, I really am feeling Kyra more. And this is why I'm like, I can't take you seriously, Jason, because while I thought you were feeling Kyra more, the minute you saw Liz showing up with her titties out and showing some body, you were all here. You were trying to be at the weekly Bible study. You were trying to, figure out what Liz had going on. So that's why I'm like, okay, whatever. So y'all, let's go ahead and move on to this next day. This next day is AJ and his two friends. He has one female friend, a guy friend that's there, and they play volleyball. It seemed to be cute, but AJ is another one. AJ and Jason, if y'all been watching my reviews, y'all know I feel like both AJ and Jason need to go home. I feel like Kyra needs to start over from scratch, okay? So they ask like very serious questions. What's the last book you've read? And just off that, I would have been like, boy, bye. Okay, goodbye. Another question they ask is, how do you feel about him having female friends? And Kyra answers this question very honestly. She says she would have to feel it out. I don't blame you, sis, because whenever AJ bought his ass on this show, he said that it's probably a couple women that he has dated before. So if you've been with somebody that's super friendly like that, you probably want to know their history and you want to know who they're friends with. So I think that she answered the question really honest. She also I think she's an attorney, right? She also flipped the script and used that opportunity to ask questions about AJ. I think that was smart because I don't feel like Kyra was the one who needed to be questioned so hard on this date. If anything, it definitely should have been an opportunity for Kyra to find more about AJ. His friends, they ride for him, okay? They really rode for him. She wanted to know if they thought he was ready to love, and they seriously said yes. I think they know AJ on a serious level. Not a level that a woman would know. But while I feel like you may think your friend is ready to love, does his action show it? That's what I'm trying to say. You can have serious conversations with your friends, and they may not realize that the way they're moving doesn't match what they're trying to attract. And I feel like that's exactly what we got with AJ. When AJ came on this show with this bigger than life, overly confident personality, I don't feel like it was humble enough to where he was like, I'm ready to love, I'm ready to get to know people. So it's like, while that's your friend and you think he ready to love, I don't know about it. But I thought that was really nice. I mean, you got some real ones. My friends better cat for me like that. Hey, Sakina. Brooklyn, she said his female friend seems like she likes him. She was super dry. If anything, I definitely would have been wondering, has she dated him before? Definitely. Okay. Harold says, I don't think he is. He doesn't think AJ is ready to love. I don't think that anything AJ has exhibited is attractive. Exactly. His friends were really capping. Okay. That's what your friends better do. All in all, the verdict, I expected the friends to have a verdict about Kyra and say whether they liked her or not. They said she was cool, but ultimately it was just like, oh, well, she likes you, but she has a guard up. Okay. AJ can go home, y'all. Next, y'all. This date right here. I was like, what are we watching, y'all? Number one, it was another triple date. Number two, why were y'all in the lounge? I couldn't even get a clear image, y'all. Why are y'all in the club? Lounge, club, same thing to me. Trying to triple date. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Chrisantheium's outfit. She had her cat holes with the legs all the way down. She definitely looked like one of them club girls. And I want to talk about Chrisantheium tonight. I really hope that y'all don't get offended. A lot of y'all who are on this live who know me, who are my faves, real subscribers, y'all know it's never a light skin, dark skin thing. However, I will say Chrisantheium is the epitome of, and I know a lot of y'all know, how many of y'all went to school with them light-skinned girls that weren't necessarily the cutest or the baddest, but they had this whole aura about them, like, because I am better than you. How many of y'all know those lighter skinned girls where all of their usernames on social media is yella da 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 da, yella blah 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 blah? That's the energy that Chrisantheium gives me, y'all. And I feel like that's why, on top of her being very shallow and not full of any type of personality besides the fact that she just thinks she's cute, that's why I don't care for Chrisantheium, okay? So she's on this date dressed like this. She want to turn up with friends. Yeah, Nate, turn up, throw it back. And they all just looking at her like, girl, this ain't that event. Then we get Alexis. She knows how to talk to the people, okay? Alexis, keep in mind, y'all, she was a first lady. Don't forget. She knows how to talk to the people. Even though Alexis seems like she's for everybody, I think that she has toned it down now that we're getting to less people and we're seeing her focus, be on Ron and whoever else her top is, which I really think is Ron. So they're talking about Chrisantheium's outfit. It's hilarious as hell. And Alexis brings up some really good points in her confessional. She says that Chris is pretty and doesn't talk. That is so true. They're asking Chris questions. Do you want children? I'm open. How do you feel about about Ron traveling? I'm a flight attendant. No death at all. No death with a P, y'all, since I didn't pronounce that. None at all. Chrisantheium is one of those girls who has always thought that she was too cool for school, too fine to text back. Now you find that your ass, just like Monique said, Chrisantheium, she said she's not cute. Then the personality is just, ma'am, you're 40. So just like Monique said, you always seem like those type of girls is too cool for school, too cute to text back. Then you find that you're 40 and you're single and you still haven't found anybody to secure a bag. Basically, she gives that personality to me that she, you're 40 and you still want to be a city girl. That's what she gives me. So they really weren't talking about anything. She definitely showed that she was selfish, in my opinion. It was very awkward. The date was very short for Chris because Alexis was just winning people over by just being personable, having a regular ass conversation. So Chris ends up leaving. And the friends have a conversation after Alexis and Chris leaves, and the verdict is that they love Alexis's confidence. They love that Alexis feels like the type of woman that can propel Ron to the next level in which where he wants to be at. And this fool Ron is still stuck. And I'm like, Ron, I saw this comment. I gotta highlight it. Donna, Giselle, 50, same thing. Yes, all the way. Giselle is just like that. No personality type. You give the vibes that because you got green eyes or because you're Italian, or because you that, you really don't have to try hard. You end up being shallow AF. And once you get older and you realize that your looks can only get you so far, and at the end of the day, once you reach a certain age, people are looking for a partner and you can't offer that, then you sitting there looking crazy. Where's Jamal? Okay, where's Ron? Okay, are you his number one? That's exactly what she looking like. So anyway, the friends love Alexis's confidence, and this fool Ron is still stuck. And I'm like, Ron, what are you stuck for? When we met Ron in the introduction episode, I'm so glad I watched the episode because it helped me find out a lot about these people. We learned that Ron works like 3 jobs, y'all. Ron is a hustler. What? This man sells caskets. This man has a used car lot. And then he does something else really random, y'all. I don't even remember what it is. But that's even more reason why you need to be with somebody like Alexis. Alexis is a hustler as well. Even though I don't like Alexis's fashions, she got her own clothing line. She takes care of her business. Chrisantheium's only going to be in the club with you, just like Ron's friend said. He's stuck because he feels like Chrisantheium is the girl version of him. And I would have to disagree, y'all. Not unless we're not seeing any type of personality from Chris. Not unless production is giving her a bad edit. I doubt it, okay? I completely doubt it. But I don't think that Chris and Ron are similar. Although when we first started the show, I definitely thought Chris was going to be, not Chris. When we started this show, I thought that Ron was going to be the asshole. I think that Ron has a personality type to where he could potentially end up being an asshole. But to me, he seems to at least show more personality than Chrisantheium. He seems to actually take a lot of thought in the type of person that he wants. So while Ron is in this situation with Alexis and Chrisantheium, I think he knows what the correct answer is. He knows what the right choice is. I think he knows that Chrisantheium is a fun girl. She would look good on his arm to some people. And Alexis is just what he knows he needs, but not necessarily matching the fly in the club. So that's where they're at. I was just shook, like, what are you stuck for? You know exactly what the right choice is. So next, y'all, let's go on down to the Bible study. Woo, my goodness. Okay, next, y'all, we get David and Liz. No lie. I thought David was going to take us to Bible study. I'm not even trying to be funny. I just really thought that because he was introducing Liz to his friends, we were just by nature going to go down to a Bible study, or we were going to go to like a brunch after church. I really thought that's what it was going to be, but it seems like they're on like a patio somewhere. So yeah, David. I already see y'all. David is infuriated. Trifling David. I already see y'all. David is. He is. And I've been hearing a lot of stuff about David. I've also seen that David is very controlling, just like Stacey peeped a couple episodes ago. And this episode definitely lended to him showing his ass. He's only going to show his ass further. So what I thought was funny was David's friend, this guy sitting right here. He says, like, if she's so great, like, is she crazy? And y'all not going to lie. I thought the same thing when we started this show. I wanted to know why Liz was single. I wanted to know why she hadn't dated a guy since high school. Not to say that singleness means something's wrong with you, but it's like, you seem to be the full package. Like, what is it? You know, what is it? So I think he asked a genuine question. So David says in his confessional that Liz actually called him and told him about her date with Jason, where Jason kissed her. However, she tells David that even though Jason kissed her, David is still her number one, and that's really who she wants to be with. Now, y'all are on a show today, other people, okay? Liz is not your wife. Liz is not your girlfriend. You still have not chosen her at the end of the day. So I don't see why you're tripping about the kiss. But this is that controlling mess I'm talking about. So I feel like even down to when she arrived, y'all watch the episode back and y'all let me know. When she arrived, he said, before you even sit down, here's my friends. And whenever he said, before you even sit down, it wasn't like in a casual type way. It was more so like, stand up and greet my friends. Watch it back, y'all. Let me know if I was tripping because I watched that part twice. So anyway, they have a conversation and they ask her like what she wants in a relationship. She says some like churchy adjacent stuff, which is right up their alley. The girl kind of peeps some weirdness. Okay. I think she also peeps a lot of that stiffness that was detected on Liz's date with Jason. And ultimately, you could tell that David's entire energy was just off. He was kind of rude to her. The date seemed to be very short from what we could see. Liz wants to ask his friends, is he ready to love? And his friends say yes. And hey, J Dub, what's up? Thank you for making the live. I think his friends are lying. David says at the end of this conversation something about y'all know what I've been through. And his friends are lying. He's not ready to love. If you have a friend that's as controlling as David, been married twice, but then in the same breath can say you're slow to make decisions, make it make sense. You've been married twice already. In both situations, it seems as though the woman has left you. So how far apart were they? And if you've already been married twice and neither one of them worked out, are you really slow to make those decisions? Or are you just being slow to make that decision now because you're upset that Liz kissed somebody, another contestant on a show where y'all are supposed to date other people? Let me know. So Liz ends up leaving and she says that she feels like he's indecisive. She's like, at this point, you know if you like me. And Liz, I feel you on that. I really do. I just want you to call it a night, okay? Jason's not the one for you. David could have been the one for you, but I'm gonna tell you why he ain't the one. He's not the one because he's controlling. On paper, he seems to be like that type of guy. And I will tell y'all this, y'all. One of the reasons why Liz has potentially been single for so long is because the type of guy that she's dating is a niche audience. And typically the dude who is, I'm not going to say always, this is a stereotype, but a lot of it rings true. A dude who's always in the church, they end up wanting to lead in a way that can sometimes be unhealthy and can sometimes be controlling. Like, I'm the man, God is our leader, but I'm the next leader to you after that. And I feel like that's definitely what David carries. And that's also why Liz has probably been single for so long. While Liz says that she wants that type of man, Liz also seems very independent. You're not going to tell me you haven't dated for 17 years and now all of a sudden you want to be submissive in a relationship. That's why we're going to see them arguing next week. Let me know if y'all seen that preview for next week, y'all. The preview for next week, she was trying to talk and he's like talking over her and she's all like, well, wait, you're cutting me off. And then they stand up and he ain't the one for you, girl. He's definitely not the one. On paper, it sounds good. And I hate to talk about these clowns, Paige and Chris, but that's the type of situation that people can be in. You get somebody who says that they're so Christ-like and they want to lead, but only to control. And typically they match really well with women who can be manipulated, like Paige, or they get women like Liz who cannot be paired with anyone because while you claim you want to be led, you won't be the submissive type. So I think you probably do need to open up your dating options and not always lead and be so churchy. While I think that you should never waver your faith for a man, I think that you probably shouldn't lead with that. You should just, I don't know, meet somebody and kind of just be normal. You shouldn't have to feel like you're taking people to Bible study. So she feels like he's indecisive. David pretty much lets us know in his confessional that he's still pissed about Jason. Yes, see, honey. When he stood over her, I saw his aggressive side. Did y'all see that? I definitely saw that. I was like, okay, so this is what they're talking about. All right, so we get another date, y'all. This one is not with the friends. This is just a cute little date. We get Kyra and Jason. And ultimately, y'all, I think that Jason has decided that Kyra is the one. It was definitely influenced by his friends, in my opinion. I think he knew Kyra was the one, but as soon as Liz came to that masquerade ball with the body yada he was all over her. And I'm kind of annoyed because you strayed Liz away from her relationship with David, only to ultimately go back to Kyra. And while I don't want Kyra with Jason or with AJ, I'm hoping that she doesn't choose Jason. I really hope she doesn't choose Jason. I keep telling y'all, Jason's not ready. AJ's not ready. But just the fact that Jason was so ready to climb up Liz's tree, sit in her damn lap, let her rock him to sleep over her body, that tells me that he definitely was not ready to love because he forgot about Kyra oh so fast. So while this day goes really well, he gives her some roses and all that stuff. They go nose to nose and they kiss. Kyra is still thinking about AJ in the back of her mind. Now, I told a lot of y'all in my last review, AJ and Kyra, I don't see anything between them. I think Kyra thinks that he's fine. She even let us know that as the last episode that there was communication barriers in their relationship. We hadn't seen any communication barriers, but what I think she's talking about is a lot of what we saw last season with Alexis and Brian. So y'all comment below if y'all saw last season and let me know if Alexis and Brian remind you of Kyra and AJ. And the reason why I say that they remind me of them is because every time Kyra tries to have a conversation of substance, it seems as though AJ is always, leading the conversation with something cute or turning the conversation left because he doesn't want to allow somebody to dig deeper. So I'm just like, let it go, sis. He ain't the one. So now we get to the men's lounge. Y'all, I still want to know why. I still want to know why. Why don't the ladies have a lounge? Why do the ladies keep meeting up outside and sweating out their leave out? For what? For what? So when they get down to the men's lounge, they start talking about this week and how it was meeting their friends. And this is when Jason starts crying because he says that he's not used to getting, words of encouragement from so many women. And y'all, this is where I felt bad. I was like, damn, I have been talking about Jason's baby teeth in every video this whole season. And here it goes. Like, that's not encouragement. And now Jason's crying about getting encouragement. So I was like, damn. But at the same time, Jason, I still think you're thirsty. Okay? I still think you're thirsty. But it's really good to see the men in a raw space. That was one of the few moments where I feel like the dudes were definitely being raw and real, because a lot of times you get people on the show that say they're ready to love and they're not ready to love. Like Bondi say, they ready to F-U-C. That's what they're ready to do. So they get down to this conversation. Tommy says, if y'all had to choose one lady to leave the show with right now, who would y'all choose? AJ is the first person to answer. He says Kyra. No surprise, right? Then they ask Joel, and I'm all sitting there like, is he gonna say Verneashia? And then for a second, I was like, well, if he doesn't say Verneashia, then he's definitely gonna say Amber. This fool says Kyra. Kyra? What? I was like, what are you talking about, okay? It didn't make any sense. KG, Chris was shook. Like, what are you talking about with Kyra? And he ends up in his confessional saying that him and Verneashia basically had gotten into an argument the night before, and he felt like Verneashia was showing a controlling side. So literally, y'all, he says Kyra out of spite. This man has no interest in Kyra. This man literally just knows, just like the rest of the men know, that Kyra is the most laid back girl on this show. She's fine. She got a job. She's laid back. It's literally nothing that anybody has said bad about Kyra. So I feel like she's kind of just the safe space. where when we first came on the show, a lot of the dudes were interested in dating Kyra, but you haven't made a connection. You've been with Verneashia this whole time. So by you saying Kyra out of spite, yeah, I would be mad. And yeah, Verneashia should be mad too, because why are you going to flip up on somebody just like that because of a disagreement that y'all had over the phone? Y'all know that GIF where the dude has the phone and he just slaps, close, close, close. That's how I was feeling on that episode. Turns the TV off because that was some bullshit. So Joel says Kyra. Next, we get to David. Who are you choosing? 2 trifling answers. I might have to say Kyra. What? Sir, what are you talking about? David, we haven't even seen you for a whole episode, and you gonna tell us Kyra? Goodbye, sir. That was another one that was trying to do that out of spite because he was upset that Liz and Jason kissed. And he ends up saying in his confessional as well that by him not saying Liz's name, he probably lended to her being in the bottom 2. So it's like, you are crazy as hell. You allowed her to be in the bottom 2, almost knowing that she wasn't going to go home, but just enough to try to scare her into some act right, thinking that she was going to come back to you. You're controlling, you're manipulative, and you're crazy for that. That was not, that was childish AF, just like Fedora said. That was childish. So I'm like, really? Don't nobody have time to be playing those manipulative games. I see how controlling you are, and that's a dangerous game to be playing. Next, Ron says his number 1 is Alexis. I'm really happy to see that. I hope that he keeps that same energy. Next, we get KG. KG says his number 1 pick is Amber. And then Jason's number 1 pick is obviously Kyra. He's the only one that we've seen make a connection with Kyra since the beginning. So I know Jason probably sitting there like, dang, why everybody want my girl? So yes, the bottom 2 tonight, y'all, is Chrisantheium and Liz. And whenever they start talking about Chrisantheium being in the bottom 2, Ron, he starts turning up. He's like, nah, y'all not gonna talk about Chrisantheium. And he starts trying to save her. But Ron, you got to make a decision. Do you want Chrisantheium or do you want Alexis? So for the bottom 2 dates, y'all, we get Ron and Liz. Where is that at? Ron and Liz. And then for the other bottom date, we get Chrisantheium and KG. Chrisantheium, just her energy. She shows up to this date with KG like she's too good to be on a date with him. But that's also because she already knows that she's in the bottom 2. So she's like, okay, what am I here for? Like, what do you want me here for? Okay, just go ahead and get it over. Tell me the 2 things that you don't like and then we can get it over it. So he ends up telling her, you know, you don't text a lot of the dudes back. And I think it's funny because the main one who talked about her not texting him back more than once was Chris. But a lot of the other dudes were in agreement with that. And that's what I'm telling y'all. Chrisantheium is one of those shallow girls with the yellow whatever underscore username that thinks that, you know, that can get them by. You don't have any type of personality to you at all. You continue to be shallow until you find out you're 40 years old, you're single. Where's Jamal? Where's Ron? We don't know. And that's why you got sent home. And that's why the men decided that at this moment, you were not ready to love. So she gets an attitude. Oh, so you don't like it. Oh, the minute that, you know, somebody gives you a taste of your own medicine, you don't like it. Okay. Taste of your own medicine. I can't stand those women that's like, oh, I think like a man. I'm so cool because I think like a man. No, you're not. And that's why you got sent home. So Liz, on the other hand, she wants to listen to the feedback. She definitely has some things to take into consideration. She had 2 guys in the men's room that are both interested in her. She had Jason, she had David, and yet she still ended in the bottom 2. Last week, y'all, I made an incorrect prediction. I definitely said that Verneashia was going to be in the bottom 2 to go home. And that's probably what a lot of y'all said it was Chrisantheium. Duh, I should have knew that. I wasn't even thinking about her because she has no personality. But Liz definitely should have been taken aback that she was in the bottom 2 instead of Verneashia and Chrisantheium. So she knows somebody plotted against her. But next week, y'all, we are definitely about to see David show his ass. We're going to see some other shit, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the episode. Let me catch up on some of these comments. Haha, J-Dub, you funny. He said Kyra got that body. Yeah, she does. So does Liz, though. Definitely BS. Okay, Fedora. Joelle was acting like Verneashia was the only one feeling the connection. Sir, you were all over Verneashia 2 minutes ago. Absolutely. I feel you on that. I was like, why is he doing that? The minute that she made him mad, you're like, what connection? She's clingy. While I do feel like she could be a little bit clingy, don't front. Don't stun on me. These dudes too petty and sensitive for me. They little feelings get hurt too easily. Facts. And I hate to see how they be playing games. David definitely has a dangerous personality. But when David questions Kyra's connections, facts. He said, how many connections has Kyra been making on this show? Has she been making connections? Or y'all just know that that's the most level-headed choice for y'all, even though we halfway through the show and y'all haven't made genuine connections. Blah. Julia says they probably need to change the format for this show. They probably do a little bit for sure. When he said that with so much carelessness, is yuck. I hope Liz knows that David didn't cape for her, otherwise she wouldn't have been in the bottom. Facts. David did not cape for her. I really would love for Liz to self-eliminate. This ain't it. Mm-mm. This is not it. Chris did come with a stank attitude, for sure. J-Dub says because Chris ain't got time for the fake shit. Yeah, I guess. But the fact of the matter is, Chris's attitude is pretty much stank all the time. And she says it's because she's unemotional, but it's like, how do you expect to make yourself available on the show if you don't want to show any emotion at all? Even Amber is one of the contestants on the show that doesn't really show a lot of emotion, but she still allows herself to be available. So I'm like, Chris, you can't just sit up, show a little leg, think you cute, and that's enough. It's not enough. Harold says, yeah, I'm glad Chrisantheium is gone because her attitude was trash with Chris. Ma'am, you're boring. And it's as simple as that. Facts. Sakina says, I don't see major sparks when it comes to Verneashia and Joelle. They have a connection, but it's not much to me. I don't see major sparks either. They definitely seem like they would match with each other in real life. But I feel like the reason why we're not seeing major sparks is because Joelle is holding back on his side. Joelle is still trying to play that game show card where he's supposed to date other people, and Verneashia is sitting there with her veil and her wedding dress on, ready to go. Like, ready when you are. Nope. Date around. Date around. Yes. When KG did the Joelle impersonation, I died. It was funny, y'all. And Chris thinks that her being half Italian will carry her. It does, y'all. But I appreciate y'all for watching. This was very, very fun to do on live. I had a lot to do today, so I just figured I would hop on in this nasty rainy weather and talk to y'all before I watch this first episode of The Chi. Y'all let me know if y'all are going to watch it. Y'all also let me know if y'all watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I didn't watch that yet. But we have time to review other shows now, y'all. I think we're getting to the end of Married at First Sight. It's only one more part. I did pick up Run the World. So I will be reviewing that. And, with all that being said, y'all can still catch me for Run the World. Y'all can catch me for Ready to Love. Ooh. And then another show. We'll figure it out, y'all. And then Ladies First. But y'all, with all that being said, I hope y'all like this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video with other people who like Ready to Love. And I will let me give the shout out. Imelda. Hey, shout out to you. Thank you for the comment on my hair, y'all. But yes, without further ado, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video.